we talking basketball right now on IDK Sports Pod, your premier podcast, talking sports with the average guy. Don't forget, we drop every Sunday on wherever you get your podcast at. Don't forget to follow me on IDK Sports Pod 23 on Instagram. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if I suck. Let me know if I'm doing great. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your Spotify or Apple Pod. And don't forget to follow on Instagram. Got my brothers here today. Got my man Josh here. You know what I'm saying? Josh, hey, what's up?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
And you know, once again, back again with another basketball take. Got my man Ron here.
We here, 2024.
Yeah, 2024, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get right into it. We ain't going to waste too much time, right? We're going to get right into it. Like, basketball. Basketball is not my biggest sport. I do watch it. And, you know, sometimes them games be hard to watch. I get tired of seeing the Knicks all the time. You know what I'm saying? When Melo was there, all right.
Yeah.
But now Melo ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? But basketball season, let me just get y'all takes on like how y'all think the basketball season going so far. And what you thought about the in-season tournament.
We 35 games in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of good teams we projected to do well, struggling. You know what I'm saying? The Warriors are struggling. The Lakers are struggling. You know what I'm saying? The in-season tournament, I like it. It kind of hyped up, you feel me? They kind of hyped up the regular NBA season. And I thought that was good for basketball. I hope the Lakers don't get hyped off like we won the in-season tournament. And we like that because y'all really not at 17 and whatever y'all are under 500. But you know what I'm saying? That was a good little attitude. You know, I like Adam Silver as a commissioner. Man. I think he's a great commissioner. I think he speaks up for players' concerns, issues. But I really like the way he manages the league. But go ahead, bro.
I mean, for me, I'm an avid NBA basketball. I watched every game almost. I got NBA League Pass. So I think the season's been great. In-season tournament, I think that was a success. Josh hit it on the nose as far as Adam Silver, just putting that in November when everyone was watching NFL and everybody's watching like the games on Sundays for NFL. I think that put out much more eyes on the NBA during the dead period because typically people don't really get into basketball season until Christmas games.
Yeah.
Once the Christmas games happen, then people pay more attention. So that was a great way to put more eyes on the tournament, more eyes on the NBA, and they have they're trying to get a new contract with different multimedia marketing. So I think this is like, So I think this is like a good time.
Do y'all think it'll mean more if it guarantees the playoff spot?
They've been trying to do that for the next season, I think,
or at least like a
I think it'll be more
play-in spot
if you got
like it's a 10th seed, like
court
automatic 10th seed.
I think it will mean more going forward if they did it. I don't think it should mean like an automatic playoff spot, but for a play-in tournament spot, I think people will play much harder because $500,000, while it was a good incentive for the beginning, and the 12th, 13th person,
players, you know,
yeah, but the contracts are much better in the NBA. So like $500,000 is not going to be something that's going to continue to motivate people.
Fact.
But a play-in tournament spot, I think will be ideal for people.
500,000 to motivate your last
5
6 or 7.
Yeah, but that 10th spot, I think, will motivate a Magic team. What's that team? I think it'll motivate a lot of teams. A lot of teams just want that security, like, hey,
right.
If I get an injury or something down the road, I'm locked in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I did want to take in, I think Adam Silver is doing a great job of you hear my son in the background. Doing a great job of with the what's the word I'm looking for? The resting. I think that policy is working.
Right.
I think that policy, because it was getting annoying. Like, and my thing is, it would have never been a problem if the players didn't take too much, right? If the players didn't rest on nationally televised games.
Exactly.
But play an unnationally televised game. But now that it involves some all NBA stuff and stuff like that, they have I think it really helps that. You know, I think he's done a great job with that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think for the league, I mean, viewership was down because you knew the best players weren't playing on back-to-back games, or if they had injuries that weren't significant, they were just resting. So, like, people I think the resting period, Kawhi Leonard was like the big poster child for resting.
But it wasn't just him.
Yeah, it was
across the league.
Across the league, but like,
happened, I think it was this week. The Brooklyn Nets got fined $100,000 for resting players that were good to go.
Really?
They
Okay.
weren't hurt. They just got fined. So they're making that change. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna just sit down just to sit down. But the Nets just got fined
And then,
this week.
and then the main thing was like we were sitting down. It got to the point they were sitting down nationally televised games.
Exactly.
Like they will play
Like TNT
game.
games, ABC games.
Yeah, they'll play a game that's like on League Pass, just on the local network.
Yeah.
But then sit out a TNT game against like a good team. Like the matchups we wanted to see. Like I think Embiid did it one time.
Against Joker.
Yeah, played the game before they set out against Denver. That's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
Facts.
Like that's what they paid to see. And I think the way the NBA, he knew he had to battle that because the way the NBA is, the only way NBA is gonna try to stay with football is the football every game matters.
Right.
It is no game that does not matter.
Right.
Basketball, like you're right, they have that first period is a dead period. Now it's starting to kick up a little bit,
Mhm.
the playoff spots and stuff like that. But I'm glad Alonso really put his foot down with that. Like, yo, y'all gotta play. You gotta play.
You should. Yeah. I mean, because that kind of ruined the game. That ruined everything.
And I guarantee you, the reason why he made, I think it was ruining ad dollars. I think ads was like, yo, I ain't paying that much.
That was the
I don't
main-
even know if
You
old
talking
boy
about
is gonna play.
You're talking about 7-figure
If
commercials.
I'm Nike, I'm not about to pay XYZ for a slot or sponsorship, but Star's not playing, and I'm not getting the eyes on it, right?
I think that was the biggest reason for the change. If you're going into expiring contracts with the league and different advertisements and different companies, you need to find a way to bring more ad dollars, more money to the NBA, more viewership to the NBA. So yeah, we need to have the star players play. We can't have them sitting out nationally televised games. So this is important for, just the next CBA agreement for the next 10 years of the league. So
Y'all gonna want more of the pie,
right,
but we ain't got TV dollars like that
exactly,
because ESPN is pissed. Like ESPN, like instead of 500 million, we'll give you 2.
right. I agree.
Rookie, Wemby's great, yo. It's different. You saw the Bucks game?
That Bucks, man, that
You
Bucks
saw-
Spurs game.
You saw that behind the back and then yammed on him? Yo,
That was probably one of the best games of the year, honestly. The way him and Giannis were competing,
And
that's
then,
what people want to see every single game.
that's exactly what I was about to say. That was like I haven't sat down and watched the whole game like without being distracted
Yeah,
since like back, my man, when Memphis was hot with Zebo and
right,
Tim
right,
Duncan was
right.
get active and stuff like that.
Yeah,
When Jokers was really out there competing,
exactly.
going at it like because Giannis was like, oh, what, Wemby? Let me
He
two
came
step
back
for late
dunk,
to the lane.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but Wemby, Pop got to get control of that team. Only my man, what's my man name? Vassell or whatever his
Oh,
name
Devin
is?
Vassell, yeah.
Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, they hit the 3.
Mhm.
Trey Jones hit the 3. The rest of y'all pass it to Wemby.
Right,
Vassell is the only other Joker that is like the number 2 to Wemby that
Exactly.
can score 20 a game. Everybody else, you're not like that. And if I see you not passing to Wemby, like Gilbert said, here go your trash bag.
exactly. No, honestly, probably
He's
the best
averaging
game of the year.
18 and 10
18 and 10.
without them passing the ball.
As he should, bro.
They not throwing it up to the he going to the roll to the rim. Throw it up there.
You watch the game, he's not really one of even the first options they look for. He's
And
almost
he's
like
not
a secondary
selfish.
option. Yeah,
He
exactly.
will pass.
Right.
I'm telling you, that man, when
Give him a couple years.
he's advertised.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He
Bro.
as
Give him
advertised.
time to,
And he's in the right situation with Popovich. He's in the right situation with the Spurs.
Yeah.
They've had
Fact.
dominant big men in the past. They had Dave Robinson,
Yeah.
to Tim Duncan, to
He's
him.
the- all they really
Perfect.
need now, which is good that they're not that good, but they probably be in the lottery. Need a point guard. If he give him a legit
bro.
PG that can like they can do with Jamal Murray. Imagine like a legit PG that can do the pick and roll with him.
Other PGs
Easy.
are seeing what he's bringing to the table, so it's like you ain't got to worry about drafting. I mean, you can draft a point guard, but at the same time, other people are seeing what he's doing, and they're probably
Fact.
going to want to go over there and play. You feel
I
me?
would have a vet as a backup, but I
The
would
whole
want to.
league should-
Huh?
The whole league should have vets as back.
No, I'm saying I would have a vet as a backup point guard, but I would want to get a young point guard so they can grow to. This is me,
Mhm.
and maybe you add Vassell as a third, or you switch in another vet as a third. But I would want a young point guard to grow with him So that'd be like my Jamal Murray, Jokic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, everything ain't good in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Hawks is, you know what I'm saying? They got a point guard.
They're trying to shop Trae Young.
You know what I mean?
Because they've been
I said Trae Young. I said it
at the top of the year. They said his winning and losing percentage. He was
he
at
don't
500.
make winning plays.
He was like he won 600 games and lost 600 games.
You talking
so
about
500?
You talking about a 30-12 player? You know what I'm saying?
In basketball, what I'm learning from other players that I listen to, it's guys that can put up stats and it's guys that make winning plays.
Right.
I said it before. I said it about Donovan Mitchell too. He's messing up the chemistry at the Cavaliers.
Oh,
context, bro. Context.
Yeah, he's messing up the chemistry. Evan Mobley has went backwards, and Darius Garland has went backwards.
Right.
Donovan doesn't fit with that team.
He's about stats, not impact.
Huh?
He's a star.
But
so
just because I understand that, but just because you're a star don't mean that you produce winning. Like, so what Shaq said about him is coming true. Like, you can put up 30.
Right.
But what does your 30 win game? Trey can do 30 and 10, but is his 30 and 10 winning game? Okay. Where? Besides that 1 year. What they got? Well, I think that was a fluke.
They're a playoff basketball.
Are they in the playoff picture? I don't know.
They are a playoff basketball team.
They're in the play-in picture this year, but
let's keep it buck. In basketball, if you're not the top 4 seed in the play, 1 through 4 seed in the playoffs, then you're really not. Huh?
I'm just saying, like, they're a contender. Bro.
But the GMs of the NBA, right? This is what we're talking about. The GMs of the NBA. What I'm talking about. Sorry. The GMs of the NBA have basically shown if you're not 1 through 4, then there's no need to be 5 through 10. They have broken up. I think how many teams they have blown up that's been 6, 7, 8 teams. They don't care about that. If you're not 1 through 4, they don't care. They're like, okay, we can blow our team up. We done seen it.
Yeah, the most recent examples I can think of, the Suns, like last year when they let go of Mikal Bridges, and then also a couple years ago with Dallas Mavericks with Jalen Brunson. Yeah, they sent him over to New York.
All them Portland teams they broke up. Portland was like a 5, 6 seed with LaMarcus and Dame. They tried DJ and Dame.
Opportunities to try to make that work. It didn't work.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you can be a playoff team, but no teams want to be a middle of the road playoff team. Which another one of my pictures looking good is the Magic. Said the Magic was gonna be that team, and the boys
I think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. I think so.
That team is balling. What are you talking about?
They got an opportunity, at least for the
playoffs. Though, like, okay, so what do y'all think? Like, is the goal to make the playoffs, or is the goal a championship?
Well, everybody's not going. It's only like 3 teams I think can win the championship.
Okay,
for a young team, is to make the playoffs.
That's what we said at the beginning of the year. Like, if they could take that next step, make the playoffs, because something about, I don't know, NBA is different when I watch it. You make the playoffs and them young boys get that confidence, like if it's like the Thunder about to get this year,
right?
And if Shea can get in there,
they got dogs
and get off, like De'Aaron. Look how De'Aaron playing this year. There's something about when them young boys get the playoffs, even if they lose,
they come back. It
changes them.
The next year, they come back hungry.
Like De'Aaron is killing right now.
He is.
And I think if Shea get to the playoffs, and Shea, even if they go like loose in 5, but Shea can get off like 30 a game, you'd be like, okay.
He's gonna average 30. It's gonna be the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like when you get
even with De'Aaron, it's like they got here when they went to a 7-game series with Golden State last season in the playoffs. Like they had the identity. We here, we can compete. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he should have came into this season like, damn, I lost in a 7-game series to Steph, who put 50 plus on me in Game 7. You should be motivated. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying, like that motivation. But sometimes you gotta see, like in the regular season, everybody doesn't. Let's keep it a buck. Basketball regular season, everybody doesn't play hard all the time.
Right.
In the playoffs, the game slow down. It's different. So you game planning for me, and I can still average 30 to 35 a game as a young player. That does something for them. Even if you averaging 25, they'd be like, yo, I'm like that. Like sometimes you kind of got to see that you like that to be like, nah, I'm really like, look at this for Jason Tatum in there. They've been like that ever since. You know, I'm wrong, right? I don't think the top teams give a damn what seed they are. No, I don't think the Clippers care. If they healthy, they don't care. I don't think the Denver Nuggets care if they're 1 or 2 seeds.
I think the veteran teams don't care.
Yeah.
But like the teams that care are the younger teams that are trying to make a position. So I think the Timberwolves, who are, I think if they're not number one in the West, they're top 3 in the West right now.
Why would always like that false number one though? Like nobody believes in it.
I don't believe they're
Atlanta
true
was
number one
that
team.
year.
Exactly.
Nobody.
I agree. But I feel like they care where they are because if they can get home court advantage, then it's on their side to make a deep run in the playoffs. If they can't get it, they're a false number one that's going to get bounced out maybe first round.
And the reason why I say they're a false number one, I think the West has so many teams out there that know who they are.
Exactly.
Like Denver's like, we won a chip. We could be 3 or 4.
They're good. Yeah.
Who else up?
The Clippers, like I said, we just want to be healthy. Clippers, like we just want to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
The Suns just want to be healthy.
Lakers too.
Lakers are the scary one. It might not. That's struggling.
They'll make the playoffs, but yeah, they're not going to be top 4.
They number 10 right now.
Stop.
Where's the okay? We can segue into it since y'all LA Cats. Who gonna help them make that run? I think LeBron can do it, but they gotta get LeBron to February. But they can't lose all these games they've been losing in January. Lose all the games they lose from December going into January. LeBron can't carry him from now to playoff.
AD has to carry him. AD has to be the one that says, "Okay, it's my team." And AD is actually been consistent. I can't talk about AD this year. He's been healthy. He's played almost every game. It's just the fact that
like 26 and 12.
It's
right.
Not enough.
But D'Angelo Russell got benched. Rui Hachimura is injured. Then we also have Gabe Vincent injured. So a lot of the players that are supposed to be the nucleus of the team are not playing. So they haven't had a sample size to see how they're going to play this year.
Do you trust Darvin Ham coaching?
I think if they don't make it to the second round of the playoffs this year, I think Darvin Ham gets fired.
Why do you trust Darvin Ham coaching?
Because it's not on coaching at this point. I'm a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? It's first of all, we're gonna break it down. We asked for AD to perform.
He did.
AD has been performing. We have been getting great numbers from LeBron James. You feel me? This man is how many years has he been in the league?
18?
21.
Okay.
Ball.
But you can't.
It's a supporting cast, bro.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the supporting cast that wants to come out there and play. Like, we need that Kobe attitude of like, what are y'all doing? I don't want to play with these bums. They're bums. Every single one of them. You cannot count on them, bro. AD, they made that shit seem last year like, oh, AD was healthy. Okay, we'd be right there. AD is playing lights out right now. We're getting, you know what I'm saying, quality minutes from LeBron right now. It's the supporting cast. And to be honest with you, I think they just fell under LA lights. Like, we play, we chilling. I play with LeBron, I play with AD. I'm sorry, bro. That's my team.
We up. Okay, I got you.
You don't do nothing, man. You know what I'm
They have a good third option with Austin Reeves right now, but
cool.
I feel like we don't have enough shooting. Like
that's my thing.
I'm not speaking French. So the Lakers are great. They have a great post play.
They have a great shoot though.
Yeah, they don't have anybody like where LeBron drives. They pass it out to somebody who's going to be the 3-point specialist. Cam Reddish, that's not his role. Gabe Vincent, that's what we paid him to do, but he hasn't really played.
But Cam won't even take the shot though.
Cam won't take the shot.
You paid Jared Vanderbilt a ton of money.
He's for defense.
Who's stopping though?
I mean, he just came back in the lineup, but he's not. He's still trying to get his feet
on
Ron
Prince. Put that man at the end of the bench.
Yeah, Tayshaun Prince has been bad. I just think we got to get more chemistry. So this second half of the season is going to be the test to see. Okay, can we get chemistry?
Leave that man alone.
Nah, he's saying real rap.
But not
like my boy Stephen A. said, man. I think what needs to happen is I think that Jeannie Buss, Kurt Rambis, any real Laker legend, throw Jerry West in there, bro. Take these players on the ride through LA. Put the top down. Look over to him and say, hey, you like playing here? You want to play for this city? You want to play for this team? Because if you don't perform, hit the road, bro. What's that?
All right, now let's say this though, right?
Yeah.
Everybody don't want to play under the LeBron light. Now that's becoming a thing. That's becoming a thing. The
been dip, bro. Especially with the resurgence of Kawhi Leonard right now.
You talking like a fan right now? Or we talking? We analyzing?
Huh?
We analyzing? Or you talking like a fan right now?
I just said my point. I just said. We're talking about LA basketball. The Clippers have won their last 11 with the resurgence of Kawhi Leonard. So what are we talking about?
Now talking about the Clippers.
Russ is. He got into his role. He's cool with it.
Do the Lakers regret getting rid of Russ?
That's the team. I
think they scapegoated Russ last year.
I mean, I don't think they regret it. I just don't think Russ was a good fit on the Lakers.
I don't know why nobody is trading to get Zach. Why ain't nobody going to get Zach LaVine? The Bulls.
Zach don't impact winning. Zach's just like how Donovan is. He's a scorer,
but he's a shooter.
He don't impact
if the Lakers winning. Out, you wouldn't package up.
Who's you package up? D'Angelo and who else?
D'Angelo, Vanderbilt.
They gonna keep Vanderbilt. They gonna keep Rui. I will say D'Angelo and Gabe Vincent. Miami players don't translate well to Lakers.
I'm not giving Zach for that.
Miami players just don't translate.
We give you a second round pick.
Miami players just don't translate.
We give you that too. We're gonna give you D'Angelo. We're gonna give you Gabe in the second round pick.
God damn.
I think you need a shooter.
We do need a shooter.
You need a shooter.
Zach will be perfect. I don't know who else is on the trade block, but Zach will be good for the squad.
Speaking of, getting off the Lakers. We got, the team. I always really see 4 teams. That's really fine for a championship.
Who's on 4 teams?
Denver. I think the Clippers in the West. And I think the East is really gonna come down to the Bucks and
Boston?
I don't believe him. It wasn't Boston. It was somebody else. I want to say Philly. Who's hot in the East right now? I'll be forgetting.
It's really Boston, Philly, and the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks and Philly. I think. I don't believe in Boston, bro. Like,
really? Even with the new pieces they have, Kristaps.
How they?
Derek White's playing like an all-star.
They getting like all hype on the 3-point shot sometimes too much, and they don't, really run the ball, play like get to the hole, bro. Like you got Jason Tatum,
right.
He don't post up no more.
But then they have more help, I feel like, scoring wise. So they've let go of Robert Williams. He went to the Portland Trailblazers. Now they got Kristaps Porzingis. So now you got some more scoring on the post play.
Yeah.
On top of Derek White, he can lead the offense when Jason Tatum's out.
Like an all-star too.
Yeah, I think he should be an all-star this year.
Yeah. So I don't know. Boston just, I just see it and I'll be like, ugh. Do you have enough defense though when it comes down to 7-game series? I think that Marcus Smart is going to hurt him in the playoffs.
Drew's there too. I forget about Drew.
I don't even know how to shoot or something.
Yeah, scoring, he hasn't been able to pick it up this year, but defense has always been his calling card.
And I'm just saying the Bucks, I think, are really running away with it for me in the East. If Dame
can pick it up, yeah. Dame's trying to figure out how to be second fiddle when he's been the star in Portland all these years,
and he's never really played with a true big that's outside, right? The first big he played,
he had LaMarcus.
LaMarcus was a post up back to the basket,
right.
Then after that, he played with CJ all the years.
Exactly.
He's not used to coming down the court, giving the Giannis and clearing out. Like a CJ would just play off of him. Like they locked Dame up. Okay, let me get a CJ. And the way they play, when Dame was off the court, CJ get his bucket in.
Right.
LaMarcus, it was just throw it down to the big fella.
Make a move. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Giannis is more like give me the ball on the wing. It's kind of like playing with Melo. A non-shooting Melo. Like everybody ain't built like that. And like I was talking to my pops about it, like Melo, and then I was talking like you hear the people say how Melo was so hard to guard because Melo get down to the wing, use his body. But that's his game. You know what I'm saying? And Melo ain't gonna take too many dribbles. Giannis ain't gonna do too many dribbles. And I don't know if everybody's used to playing with that. I think that's the connection they're trying to get. Drew was easy to do. Drew said, I'll play defense. I'll get to the big fellas. I'll keep my man on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good question because, like, how do you check your ego, right? So if Damian Lillard, he's been the man. The offense has been surrounded by Dame all his career in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
He goes to, it's not his team no more. It's going to Giannis's team on the Bucks.
Yeah.
How do you check your ego to say, this is Giannis's team. Let's give him the ball. I have to find my role within this. Yeah, I'm still going to be one of the scorers. I'm going to get my shots up.
Yeah.
But how do I find my role in this?
Giannis is on the bench and I'm out there, that's my time to really eat. Because, and if I'm hot, like Giannis ain't like, he done let Chris get off. He let Drew get off. Like, if Dame is cooking, Giannis is good.
Right.
But when Dame don't got it, like against the Spurs, them two of them quarters he didn't have. Sometimes I think he ain't used to like throw it to Giannis. He can get a bucket whenever he wants.
He can, yeah.
He's shown he can get a bucket whenever he wants. Simple crossover, 2-step,
drive to the basket, layup, dunk on somebody. It don't matter.
Yeah. So I think Dame really. I think the coach got to get with them, and I think they really got to get that Brook Lopez Dame pick and roll. I don't think you got to pick and roll with Giannis like that. 'Cause that's not really his game. You can, but if you get like that pick and pop, pick and roll with Brook, pick and pop with, is Bobby still there? No, Bobby's there.
Bobby's there.
Bobby there. Yeah, get that going. Maybe a pick and pop, pick and roll with Chris. That's gonna be Dame game.
I think so too.
Like, and I definitely think like with Bobby or Brook, because they can pick pop, knock three, pick roll.
Right.
Chris can pick. Then whoever got the better matchup, get them the ball, let them eat. While you're not on the plays that you're not throwing it to the big fella and letting them get right. But I think Dame just gotta, that's what he gotta figure out. And I think that's taking a lot. I think Boston has everything there. I just worry about Boston's defense. And I worry about Kristaps staying healthy. Kristaps on the floor.
If he can stay healthy in the playoffs, I think they have a great shot.
They have that's a great lineup with Chris at the 5, Jason at the 4. I mean, it's sparing minutes.
Yeah.
Jalen at the 3, Derek at the 2, Drew at the 1. That's a really offensive lineup.
Right.
That that you can get.
And they got good bench players too. They got Sam Hauser, they got Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
They got enough shooting when one of them's off the court, meaning Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, that they can still find scoring.
And that's why it's so big that Derek is doing well, because they can take them both off the court, and Derek and Drew can hang, or Derek can hang with Chris. They're never really off the court together much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's always one playing. So if Jaylen Brown's out, Jason Tatum's in. If Jaylen Brown is in or out, then Jason Tatum's in the game. So yeah.
So they're like I said, I don't know who but Philly might get in the trade deadline. I think they need one more player. Tyrese Maxey
playing well though. He's playing like an all-star.
And
Embiid,
and I see why they was okay with getting rid of James Harden.
Oh yeah.
And Embiid is Embiid. And I think really with the Sixers, they playoff goals go with Embiid getting hurt. Embiid don't break his nose and see his split vision. I think they beat the Celtics.
I think
last
so
year. It's something always happen where Embiid hurts himself. I think if Embiid doesn't break his nose, he shoots a lot better and they beat the Celtics last year.
But then you also had games with James Harden didn't show up. He had games
James
where they
never going to touch playoffs. That's why the Clippers are better off that they got Russ and 2 other stars. Because you can't count on. I'm sorry, you can't count on James.
Right.
Can't count on James.
If James Harden is out, you got Paul George to fall back on. You have Kawhi Leonard to fall back on, and even Westbrook is still going to give you a game or two that he's going to look like the old Russell.
He plays hard, and he's willing to rebound, do the dirty work. So the Clippers. That's why I said the Clippers are looking good. And if you get old Kawhi and Paul going, that's tough.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I think Denver and the Clippers on the West. I would say Bucks and Boston. Philly can be the sleeper, like you said. If they get one more player, maybe they even look at Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Because Zach's on the trade block. He's probably the biggest name on the trade block. Yeah. But I really feel like it's Bucks and Boston and Denver and the Clippers as far as the West and East conference finals.
Yeah. And then one more thing before we get up out of here, man. How do you feel about what everybody gave Becky Hammond flack? What do you feel about? You hear what she said?
About a point guard can't be the best player?
Yeah, about like how Jalen Brunson can't be the best player. Like, how you feel about the Knicks and how you feel about what she said? Because me personally, I had no problem. Like, if you look at history and you look at the teams that's winning, the small guard, has not ever been their best player. Steph, even with Steph had another shooter, and Steph is different.
Steph's a one-on-one.
Yeah, but like, look at Dame, they never won no championship. Chris, they never won a championship.
I mean, honestly, I think Becky Hammond's right. I mean, like you said, history. There's never been one person. I think the closest person that I can think of, AI got it in 2000, 2001, and he won the first game of the finals, and then they lost the next 4. But actually, if you want to go back to history, the Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas was the best player at like 6'1", 6'2", granted, he had, tall power forward. He had Dennis Rodman. He had John Staley. He had Adrian Dantley. He had a bunch of players. So, I mean, Isaiah Thomas was the best player. He's probably the only one I can think of that led his team to the finals, won a championship, and he was the best player, and he was a small point guard.
What do you think the Knicks should do with their squad?
Honestly, I think the Knicks already did a great job letting go R.J. Barrett. I think some reporters said that he was like a toxic contract, and I agree. Because R.J. Barrett, yeah, he had good numbers, but he wasn't impacting winning.
Yeah,
so
send him back to Canada.
Right. So he went back to Canada. We got OG Anunoby on the Knicks.
But now you got OG Anunoby, which I think is the same player like Julius Randle. I think it's time to let that go.
Julius, I think they need to shop. If they get back to the second round of the playoffs this year and don't move forward, then I would say Julius Randle needs to go. I think they need to trade him, and they need to get more players that fit alongside Jalen Brunson. I think Julius Randle needs the ball in his hands too much, and he can't really work alongside Jalen Brunson on the pick and roll basis. So this is the last year for the Knicks, as we know collectively, and I just feel like if they don't make it further than what they have in the past, I think they'll blow up the team.
Yeah. So I think that AJ, yo, chill. I think you could call Anthony Towns to Jalen and then get you another guard. And I don't even like Karl Anthony Towns. That's a lot for me to say that.
He will be good on the Knicks though.
Karl Anthony Towns.
I don't know if he has the I don't know if he can deal with the Knicks people, like the New York crowd, the New York media. I think Karl Anthony Towns is a little soft, a little sensitive. So if he can maintain, the day in day in of the New York media, he's gonna be all right. But his talent level will fit along Jalen Brunson really well.
Yeah, maybe I think you still gotta go after Donovan Mitchell. At this point, I don't think the Knicks need a star. It ain't about winning. I think New York just needs a star.
Yeah.
Like
Donovan should be there.
They haven't had a star since Melo. Like Melo tried to, and the thing about it though, people don't understand, if Amari knees don't go bad, that's a crazy team.
They could have went far. They were a contender.
Like, that's a crazy team if Amari knees don't go bad. Like, and they had like a young Iman, J.R.
Smith going crazy.
That was a team.
I'm saying,
like, the Knicks ain't been good since then. And
that was like 2013, maybe.
And I don't think you got to be great. I think the Knicks ain't even, they at this point, they don't even want a championship. I think the Knicks just want a star to say we got one.
Right.
They're looking at Milwaukee got a star if we don't. Indiana has a star if we don't, which they could have drafted.
They could have got Halliburton.
And I think because NBA is just built off stars. And you talking about the Knicks, and that's why some people be like, asking, like, why the Knicks always on TV? The Knicks still got the biggest fan base. There's Knicks fans everywhere.
Right. The Knicks are to the NBA what the Cowboys are to the NFL.
Facts.
People always want to know what the Knicks are doing, good or bad.
Facts. Man, I don't keep it too long, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Problem.
Coming through. Talking basketball, I had to get you back on.
You already know.
Might have to do a watch party with a basketball game after we do this football game.
Oh, I'm down.
But don't forget to check us out on IDK Sports Pod, anywhere you get your podcast at. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at IDK Sports Pod 23. I drop every Sunday and don't miss any content. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell everybody. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That we out here.
You're
Until next time, I'll holla at you.
Tell your side.